Yes. 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 1, 2. Mic check. 1, 2. We recording? Okay. I'm waiting for y'all to join. The real side. What up? Joey. What up? Starbucks. What up? I just want to talk some boxing. Can I do that? Can I talk a little boxing? Un poco, poquito. Talk a little boxing. That's what I'm here to do. What up, y'all? Having a really good day. Because I woke up, still breathing, still receiving my blessings. My brother just had his birthday yesterday. He gets to see another day. Shout out to my brother David. Love you, David. We working, man. Yeah, I'm feeling better for the most part. I still don't feel like it's completely gone, but I feel better for sure. Your day was bad until now? Well, we're here to talk some boxing to hopefully improve your day. Hit the like button. We got 34 people in here. We got 15 likes. We working. Ego Army, Ego Mafia. I told you, we are the mob. Money on top of boxing. Let's get it. Hey, gang, gang. Shout out to David, my brother's birthday. Appreciate that. Thank you very much, man. 2017's been lit. Let's talk about it. You see the hat, EGO, man. We ain't going nowhere. EGO. E-go. I just go. I see that money and I just go to it. You know what I mean? I see that action, I run to it. So they call me Ego. That's another reason they call me Ego. The boxing guys have blessed us. Yes. Yes, young Ego. I'm about to watch Loma-Rigo versus Rigo. And I'm feeling kind of Rigo. I swoop down on you like an eagle. You're too feeble. Check it. All right, man. UFC 216. Who's on that? Which one is that? Which card is that? Isn't there a boxing card that same day? No, we're about to do a roll call right now. Let's get it. If you're new to the channel, I like to do it at the beginning and the end of my streams. I do the Boxingego roll call. I say roll call, you let me know where you're from. City, state, zip, bop, bop, bop. Where y'all from? Roll call, Boxingego. One time, rep where you from. Let me know where you're from. Dallas, Texas in the building. North Carolina, BK, Chirac, Houston, Atlanta, 707. Austin, I know 707. Philly, Georgia, San Antonio, Gerardo, Texas, Denmark. See, we worldwide, baby. College Park, San Antonio, in jail in Texas. We'll put some money on your books because you're a real boxing fan. Bed-Stuy. Now, some of my favorite rappers from Bed-Stuy, like Fabulous, Jay, Biggie. That boy Fabulous said, I still pull through the style with handguns as big as the one RoboCop pulled from his thigh. Bars. Massachusetts. Yeah. 818. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Luis Cuba Arias has a fight with Danny Jacobs. Let's go. San Diego. Brock Fabulous is super underrated. But I've been on Fab, pause. But I've been a fan of Fab since back in the Clue tapes, like back in the day, Michigan, Detroit. His bars. He said, what did he say? He said, slicker than jab. He said, I'm quicker than jab. Slick. Oh my gosh. I gotta think of what he said. It's a like and a not that. Oh my God. I gotta find that verse, man. Hold on, let me find that Fab verse. See, y'all taking me back when music was good. I remember Fab was killing. Oh, here it is. He says, it don't get much slicker than Fab. I strap up with the Eagles and throw bullets just as quick as McNabb. Flip, jag quicker than Zab. And every chick that I stab complains she can feel the dick in the ab. It's a like it or not thing. They like her to watch bling. And I got cars like Michael got wings. He said, why spice up a chicken like she a hot wing? Rapper tell her to bounce like if she got spring. That boy Fab was killing. I'm in that ass B. Who the next Raz B? Wordplay king. I'm not the one you should scrabble with. He said the watch got more carrots than rabbit shit. Ugh. Fab got bars. I remember one of the early Fab bars that I heard was he was like, this is old school when he was on the Clue tapes. He said, what did he say? He said, fabulous. I'm on the hold on. I'm still getting over the sickness. He said, fabulous. I'm more than rap for my bucks. Keep 2 9s on me like Warren Sapp for the bucks. The word I'm balling. Hey, he was killing. Warren Sapp, because he was number 99. Oh my God, that was killing. I'm more than rap for my bucks. Keep 2 9s on me like Warren Sapp from the bucks. Yeah. Fab definitely underrated. I was listening to that Jay-Z Reasonable Doubt in the whip. It's on my Instagram story. They were killing too. He said, fuck a scuffle, shoot your daughter in the calf muscle. Biggie was killing. Yeah, Fab, Paul Kane, and Joe Budden, they used to go. Man, go watch the Joe Buttons in the Green Lantern when they had Beanie Siegel and like Uncle Murder, some other people, and Joe Budden he was spazzing. He said, us Cowboys don't need you, you Bill Parcells. He said, go home and just Chris Benoit. He said, you dissing War? Get the ratchet, go home and just Chris Benoit. He was killing. He said, I don't need a whole hairdo to clip you. All I need is one finger wave. Been in the Bing for days, show you how I'm real. Come home with the truck with the Optimus Prime grill. Oh my gosh. Joe Budden was killing. Man, okay. I don't know if y'all remember that song, Throw Some D's on that minute. That dude, Rich Hood or whatever his name was, he has a beat and Joe Budden got on that beat and was killing. He was killing. He said, what did he say? He said, I put the banger to your head, be looking like Ghost Rider when that flames to your head. He said, Rich Boy, yes. That boy Joe Budden said, be looking like Ghost Rider when that flames to your head. Y'all don't know about bars. Y'all like this. Rubber. I'll be with your bitch in the cover. Y'all like that dumb shit. Let's talk some boxing, man. I'm happy for this boxing game. Joey got bars. He got at Drake. Oh, you really took it back. You said Gangstar. Guru. Yeah, man. I don't like this new music. This new music, they're not really talking about nothing. Like, see, listen. Even when I was doing music, like, this is how it goes. When I spit, I have metaphors and bars and, like, I can put my words together well. You know what I'm saying? I can easily do what these other rappers, that Migos shit. Anyone, listen, if you're a lyricist, you can dumb your shit down. But the way it works is there's no reverse to that. If all you could do is like party songs and that Migos type of flow, you can't come with some lyrical shit that hip hop would just be like, wow, did you hear what the Migos said? Because if they could do it, they would have did it. You know what I'm saying? Like Kendrick Lamar can spit. And there's been tracks where he was like killing and we've heard it. And we're like, God damn, he just bodied that track. But all these other dudes, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, I'm not trying to call a name, but whoever, Lil Yachty and Gotti and like Shitty, Shoddy and all them dudes, they would have done it. If they could lyrically spit like that, then they would have done it. Period. You know what I mean? Like Kendrick, he be killing people's features. It's not even his song. Kendrick was on the Games album. He was kipping it. What he say? He even threw some boxing punchlines in there. He said, "Little nigga Mayweather size." He said, "Fight like Pocket the Prime." No, he said, "Ride like Pocket the Prime." Little nigga Mayweather size. Oh my gosh, y'all gotta listen to that. In the city. He said, "You don't want to see the box like Manny Pacquiao." Little nigga Mayweather size. Ride like Pocket is Prime. He was killing. Cassidy. That boy Cassidy. He had that cocky flow when he was first doing them free state. I was never garbage. I was berserk when it first started. That's why I'm Swiss Beats first artist. Versus retarded. Man, he killed Freeway too. He was like, he said, and the bitches pull over like the cops behind them because the watch behind them. Man, like police car lights. My cock not dying. I keep all pipe. Y'all have to listen to when Philly was in like this. I mean, when Cass was in Philly in this like trap house, killing it. And he's like, you want my chain for a month, you be hunchback. He said you would die running to the crib trying to get your gat. He said you would die running to the crib where you left yours at. Y'all don't know about that. But yeah, Cass go in. Man, hold on, let me find that. Let me find this. Y'all don't know about this classic shit, B. Hold on, man. We having some fun. We talking some hip hop. Yeah. We gonna get to the boxing stuff too. Be clear, the spot representing BX straight to Philly, keeping it hot. Rap city 4 o'clock every afternoon. Rep the mic with 5 figures of doom. Album tickets coming soon. Y'all better start. Tigger thought he was better than the rappers else. Wait, hey. Come on, Cash. Bust that ass one time. Okay. Never garbage. That's why I'm Swiss first artist versus retarded. Look, I had him in a frenzy, baby. Since the watching with the frenzies, baby. Now I got cheddar, so it's all about the Benjis, baby. I'm in the presidential getting Lewinsky. Ladies, my room got spinning beds in it, and my watch look like it got lemon heads in it. It's exquisite, bright like ambulance lights. You couldn't get this if you spent your dudes glancing and be hot because it's blinging. But try plotting, not popping shit. Oh my God. I don't fight with a knife or your fist swinging. Oh my gosh, that boy was killing. He said, I'm in the presidential getting Lewinsky, baby. Ladies, my room got spinning beds in it. And my watch looked like it got lemon heads in it. It's exquisite. Bright like ambulance lights. You couldn't get this if you spent your advance twice. Dudes glance at the ice and be hot because the itch blinging. But try plotting, not pop. Hey, shit. Oh my gosh. He said, try plotting, not pop. Hey, shit ringing. He said, to get pistol whipped where your fist swinging. I don't fight. You get hit with a knife or your fist swinging. King Los can spit too. I forgot what beat he was on, but King Los said something. He said these rappers are in denial like swimming Egyptian rivers. The Nile River, these rappers are in denial. Disaster, don't even bring up Disaster. He murdered Cannabis. Cannabis had a piece of paper. That's how you know you got body. You had to pull out them notes. Cannabis used to be able to spit though. Cash shook ones. Hey, you know who else can spit? Old school Lloyd Banks. He was going in. Old school Lloyd Banks. Man. Old school Lloyd Banks was going in. He had this one. He said, I got a new toy that'll burn a hater. It put a red dot in his eye like the fucking Terminator. He said, I put a red dot in his eye like the fucking Terminator. Yo. I got a new toy that'll burn a hater. It put a red dot in his eye like the fucking Terminator. That boy Banks had bars too. He said, if you love him, you better warn your man, because I throw his ass off the roof like nutso and above the rim. Y'all don't know about them metaphors, dude. Yeah, man, where's that Lloyd? Man, y'all gotta watch Lloyd Banks on Rap City. He was murdering that. All right, we about to get boxing. Y'all get me in my second zone. Hey. Young Buck wasn't weak. So said Big Chicken Cordy. Hey, Young Buck wasn't trash like that. Hey, to this day, that Shorty wanna ride with me, that beat still not. This beat still not. This Tips, this Jay Quant. Yeah, hunger for more, nigga. Yeah. The same. Going a little flip chain. Oh my. He said, my flow is insane for you to win. He said, you need Lucky Charms, a leprechaun, and a little flip chain. Hey, Banks is killing. He was killing. My flow is insane. A leprechaun and a little flip chain. You bimbo. At an airplane window. You gotta paddle yourself. See, y'all, man, y'all don't know about bars, man. He said that's why I don't ride without a helmet, because hoes will have you pissing out peppers. Get your STD checks, man. He says, oh my gosh. He said, come on, man, my flow is insane. For you to win, you need Lucky Charms, a leprechaun, and a little flip chain. See, y'all remember Lil Flip? He was from Cloverville, Texas, and he had the little four-leaf clover tattoo or chain. That's why Banks said that. Like, basically, you need all the luck in the world. Y'all don't know about bars, man. Let's get back to boxing, because some of y'all don't know about bars. So we just got to go back to boxing. Shout out to Houston, man. Shout out to the Wards. Jay Prince. Big L is dope. Yeah, I seen that. Come on, man. My flow is in chain. For you to win, you need Lucky Charms, a leprechaun, a little flip chain. Man, I'm happy for boxing, man. I like Trey the Truth. Trey got that, like, deep voice, that Texas flow. Hit the motherfucker, hit the come with the book. You know what I'm saying? He got that, and he be speeding up his flow. I hit the motherfucker like you did it. Asshole by nature. Man, let's talk this boxing shit, man. ABN, asshole by nature, man. Ace Hood is not the GOAT. He's cool, but he's not the GOAT for sure. Jadakiss, Fab, they're better. They did a cypher and he was on it, and his verse it was cool, but it wasn't the hardest. Man, see, now, yeah, I'm not hating on Ace. He cool. See, man, listen. See, now, I was trying to talk about boxing, but y'all got me on my hip hop shit. See, I'm gonna show you. You gotta listen how the words are put together. Man, hold on. Flow, delivery, and all that. Like, just listen to it. Y'all want to talk about bars? Yeah, yo, I tell you this much. Pop is not dead. Change gonna come just like Barack said. Like the lock said. You be the man of the house, my pop said. Picture me rolling like Pac said. Okay. Gucci everything, Sierra Leone diamonds. See, he messed up, and then watch him come. This is a controlled substance. Oh, I can curse? Listen, head collision, and nobody could solve them. I'm long division. On the road to success, but it's more of a mission. They said I would be dead or I was going to prison. One of them is certain, but the other one isn't. Made rare decisions. Rock diamonds that impaired your vision. Years of wisdom. Like I'm just starting, but I got years of wisdom. Rights I got, nigga, took years to get him. Whenever you see him, notice the same peers. And with him, he destroys tracks the minute he hears the rhythm. Only a hell of a flow, but his ears forbidden. You think this is a ringtone? Yeah, you kidding? 50,000 records sold, right? Yeah, you kidding? It was his time to go. He ain't care who did him. Didn't appreciate life and got it for living. PCP by the leader. Good Chiba. Sergio Tech sweatsuit. Good Adidas. Jules is invisible. That
we was supposed to get from them. Used to send them to the store, now we blowing pit for them. Nowadays it's different. I was fortunate because I did a lot of listening.
The new era is missing it.
Everybody 357 and 4/5 in the drug program. 2 to 4,
4 to 5.
Feds send niggas way out by Lake Michigan. With the coke and the tires.
If they Michelin.
Never talk on the phone, only deal with official men. You don't even know, homie, that put you in the shit you in. Got a busy schedule and I don't think I can fit you in. What's good for me
ain't good for them.
No matter what set you claim or what hood you in, I hit you when I find a wood box
for them to put you in. Jada got bars, bro. See, I don't even want to hear some of y'all was talking about, oh, these corny Jada's buns. Who do you like? Yeah, he did. I seen y'all comment. He did get at 50. Oh my! Did y'all hear that 50 Cent? I'm talking about the checkmate. He said, we gonna handle this like grown men. You won't win. You don't even feel comfortable in your own skin. I rap my ass off. I'm fighting the champ with the glass jaw. That boy said, I'm fighting the champ with the glass jaw at the Garden of Nassau. See kiss. He said, what did he say? See couple hood stars. Oh my God, he was killing me. I did real songs with big, no made up shits. Y'all don't understand the bars because y'all don't. 50 Cent had a fake song, Realist. We the realest, yeah. Right? He had that with Biggie, but he didn't really record it with Biggie. It was after, it was posthumous, after Biggie was already dead. Jada was with the Lock, so he had actual songs with him. Anyway, man, we've been rattling about this rap. I like 50 though. He's funny as fuck. Let's talk about some boxing, man. I know that's what y'all do like. Beanie Siegel did get at Jada though. He said, I kick his ball over the fence. I think he said, what did he say? You about to really make me hurt you, kiss. You sweet as soda. He said, I'm about to sun kiss. Oh my God. Yeah. Beanie said, I'm about to sun kiss like a soda. That shit was hard. He said, I'm about to sun kiss like a soda. Shout out to Philly. Shout out to New York, man. But, yeah, Beans went the fuck off on Jada. And I was surprised. Like, I mean, I like Beans, but, like, shit, he went in. He said, I'll make you put your lips on the 9 and really kiss the game goodbye. Because his album was called Kiss the Game Goodbye. He said, I'll make you put your lips to the 9 and really kiss the game goodbye. You about to really make me hurt you, kiss. He said, you sweet as pie. Something, you a Hershey kiss. I'm about to sun kiss like a soda. Hey, Beatty was going in. I like the game. I don't know why y'all like him. Yellow Wolf. Shit, why you fucking around? Will Smith actually has a classic. That's summertime. Here it is, slightly transformed. Something just away from the norm. Break the monotony, a little bit out of control. He was sounding like Rakim in that. Y'all don't know about this shit. Y'all like that. Huh. Hold on. I'm gonna show y'all who y'all like. Hold on. I'm about to show y'all. Hold on. If I can find this real quick, and then we go get back to this boxing shit. Oh my gosh. I hope I can find this shit. This shit is so funny. This shit. Hold on. Please let me find it. About to really make me hurt you, kiss. Fuck. If I could find this, it's a wrap. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm working. We working. Fuck. This shit is so funny. Hold on. I'm going to be back. I forgot this dude's name, so I can't search for him. Shit. I don't even remember his name. He's so weird, though. Eminem murdered Big Sean. He said, fuck Ann Coulter with a clam poster, a damn lamppost shutter, a damn bolt cutter, or handle shutter, a can opener. He was killing. Oh my gosh, he killed Big Sean. And Big Sean, his verse was cool. But when Eminem started, he's like, I'm rapey and scurvy. I may be asserted the baby. He said something about Aaron Hernandez. I'm the Aaron Hernandez of rapping the rap. Big Sean never had a chance. Bro, where is... What the fuck? They got a new Punisher series? Big Sean's cool. He actually, like... I wasn't really a Big Sean... Like, I kind of slept on him. Because I thought he was kind of corny at first. But I've heard him on some verses. He's cool. He's solid. You know what I mean? He's definitely tries different things. And I respect that. You know what I mean? But some of the old shit, he was like... He's like, I may be Albanian. My dick is titanium, boy. Oh, God, boy. I don't know. But, yeah, he could spit. I can't even find this dude, man. Fuck. Man, I really tried to show y'all. This shit was so funny. we just freestyling, man. We about to freestyle this show. Fuck. Oh my gosh, I can't find this dude. Ether versus No Vaseline. They're different time periods. You know what I'm saying? They're both classics. Because I feel like Ice Cube. I mean, clearly, No Vaseline came out before Ether. You know what I mean? And see, the thing that made Ice Cube No Vaseline so raw is that he went at a whole crew that used to be his crew by himself, dolo. You gotta, goddamn, I'm glad y'all set it off. Used to be hard, now you just heard you were down with the AK. You know what I mean? He went at a whole clique. Ether was dope. Wordplay, lyrics, metaphor, all that was dope. But he was just going at Jay-Z mostly. You know what I'm saying? Ice Cube went at his ex-clique. He said, cause you let a shoot break up our crew. You know what I mean? So they're both dope. They're just different timepieces and stuff. Bro, where is that fucking video? He's horrible. I can't find it. Don't ever say Kobe Bryant was spitting. And I love Kobe Bryant. Who's harder than Biggie? Nah, Jay-Z can spit. Jay-Z's dope. See, I like versatility too. Jay-Z, he did that fast flow shit, but then when he got on, he started slowing it down, but he can still go fast. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Motherfuckers when they act loco, it done went numerous shots with the fofo. Baggers when they tell the popo, smoking like cocoa. Fuck rap, coke by the boatload. On the run high, one high. Left hold through some guy clothes. Stop your bullshit, Glock with a full clip. Motherfuckers better duck when the fool. Ice, JJ Fish. Hell no. It's something about it, girl. He be just doing whatever. Anyway, man, let's get it cracking. I'm excited for boxing, man. I think we're in a real good spot. Like, for me, I really feel like boxing can carry on. Boxing can carry on the momentum from this year into 2018. For example, Wilder versus Joshua. If they both win their next fight, Eddie Hearn's talking about in 2018. That's what I want to see. I want to see that. I need to see that fight. And see, listen, if Joshua beats Klitschko and then beats his number one mandatory Pulev, then his confidence should be at an all-time high, especially with Klitschko that way. Being tested and still knocking Klitschko the fuck out in 11. And Wilder hasn't had a test like Luis Ortiz in some time. Not entirely his fault. You know what I mean? Guys like Alexander Povetkin, that was supposed to happen in Russia. So Povetkin had home court advantage, and he couldn't pass a drug test twice in the same year. That's his bad. But other people didn't want the Wilder challenge. But anyway, fast forward, Luis Ortiz is the best test that we've seen in a while for Deontay Wilder on paper. So if he wins, then his confidence should be at an all-time high. And I mean, just based on history, I'm not trying to sell Luis Ortiz short, but if Wilder does win, I would assume it's by knockout. I don't think he's going to really outbox Ortiz. You know what I'm saying? So is Wilder really going to just have a disciplined outboxing against a Cuban boxer? I don't know that. So if anything, his strength and power would have to show up. So that would be a good win if he can even beat Ortiz, because Ortiz ain't no fucking joke out here. Ortiz is a good fighter. Listen, new media is burying a lot of y'all. A lot of that casual shit, it's there's no more for it. You know what I mean? The people just putting crazy shit. Like, y'all getting buried. Like, I just broke down Wilder. And this is what I'm telling you. The guys that used to, the regular usual suspects, they used to do this. But now their cries and their videos and their articles and stuff, it's not being met with the same acceptance because fans see it's all bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, people somehow, like, there's a few people, not many, but there's only a few people who are still trying to complain about Wilder. Listen, give it up. Give it up. You can't, there's nothing you can do to complain about Wilder's upcoming fight. You can bend, pull, piss, twist, and all that, but there's no way you're gonna spin that around and make it look like it's a bad thing who he's fighting. No way. The only thing, the closest that I've seen is, oh, Luis Ortiz, he's old. But old don't matter if you fight like a fucking Cuban or fight with some damn sense and you're not taking a bunch of punishment unnecessarily because you're a well-rounded fighter. Age, I'm not gonna say age doesn't matter at all, but it matters less. Like, Rigondeaux's almost as old as Ortiz. You know what I mean? Who knows their true age or whatever people are talking about? But at the end of the day, Rigondeaux preserves himself. He's not taking, you know what I mean? He's been knocked down, but he's not taking, like, where he's just getting battered around the fucking ring. You know what I'm saying? So you can't even use age for Ortiz because it's like, who just went in there and like bullied him and gave him a sustained ass whooping? Like, let's say Pacquiao and Margarito. Who's done that to Luis Ortiz? Where he just got a sustained clinical ass whooping for 12 rounds. I mean, who's done that to him? So, again, I understand Luis Ortiz is older, but he's been trying to fight bigger names. He's been trying to fight Joshua. He's even threatened to sue. So I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not going to complain about Ortiz getting the fight, taking the fight, or Wilder. Ortiz ain't getting any younger. He wants to test himself. They both want to back Joshua into a corner and fight him. So now they're fighting each other. There's no way. That's what I'm saying. These spin doctors, there's no way you can spin it. And I know they want to so bad to take the Wilders and certain people and make it look like their PBC ain't having competitive matches and PBC fighters don't want to fight nobody. But real shit, Wilder, in my estimation, has a tougher fight with Ortiz than Joshua does with Poulin. Now, that's fine because Joshua is coming off the Klitschko, which was his tough fight. But bottom line is the spin doctors, that shit don't work no more. The boxing fans see it. The boxing fans see it. And we can do a hot seat right now. We can do a hot seat right now. Somebody explain to me that if you think Wilder's bum squad and all that, somebody explain to me why he would, instead of fighting a guy he's already fought and beaten in Bermain Stavern, who didn't even want to get out of the way, he wanted to fight Wilder next, and he even hired Andre Ward's attorney, Josh Dubin, to make sure he was represented in the right way and to try to secure that fight. Somebody explain this to me, and I guarantee you we'll put you in the hot seat, and then people will be throwing up your L's. You know what I'm saying? Explain why Wilder would push the guy who wants to fight him, that he's already beaten, that he already hurt, that he already knows he can go 12 with, because he won the first fight in Bermain Stavern, who did not want to get out of the way and didn't want to make things easy. Why would he pay him money, guarantee him a spot on the undercard, to push him aside to fight Luis Ortiz, who on paper has a lot of intangibles that could give Wilder problems? Wilder's not the most technical. Luis Ortiz is pretty technical, right? Luis Ortiz has a longer reach, being the shorter person. He has a dumbass amount of experience because he's from Cuba, and we all know certain regions are known for their boxing programs. You know what I mean? Ukraine has a good one. the Cuban boxing school. Everybody knows these things. So again, and he's a southpaw, and he has power. So make that make sense. You got to make it make sense. Why would you say, "Hey, the guy already beat. Get out the way. We're not even trying to deal with you. We want to fight you." You can't make that make sense to make Wilder look like the bad guy. You can't make it, but they're trying. You know what I mean? And see that I'm gonna give you guys the game. The worst part about it is a lot of those people who think like that, who aren't really in it for the greater good of boxing, they're willing to go down with the ship. They know it don't make sense what they're saying, right? But they're so stubborn and prideful. They're just gonna keep until their channel loses all credibility and all views, and their articles aren't getting no respect or whatever they do. You know what I mean? They're just gonna keep pushing the same envelope. But you gotta know in life in general, you gotta know when to fold. When you have a bad hand, you gotta know when to fold. You know what I mean? You could try to bluff everyone and all that, but we already see your cards. We already see your cards, man. Like I said, make it make sense. Make it make sense why Wilder would fight Ortiz instead of the guy he already beat. Like how, you know what I mean? But they just don't want to give him credit for doing something valiant. They know it's a good fight. That's why they're still clinging on to, oh, it took Al Heyman long enough to make these fights. Like, without bringing up the past, make this current situation make sense. And you can't. Like, it just, it doesn't make sense. That's the bottom line. So props to Ortiz for accepting when he, I mean, you got to give Ortiz props because he's the mandatory for Joshua. He fighting Wilder is a danger because Wilder knocks motherfuckers out, right? So he's testing his skill too because Luis Ortiz, he could just say, fuck that, I'm not fighting nobody, and I'm going to wait for Joshua to beat Pulev, which he probably will beat him, right? I'm going to wait for the outcome of that, and then I'm going to push my mandatory spot. But he's not staying on the shelf. You know what I mean? It's just like, I told you, you got to make this shit make sense. Same thing with Sean Porter. Let's get into his. In case y'all didn't see my past videos, we're going to get to it. Sean Porter is fighting Adrian Granados on the Wilder Ortiz card, right? It's a good fight. November 4th, Barclays, Porter versus Granados. Now, this is the same example. You got people who are becoming the master of their own destiny. Sean Porter, he knows he's in shape. He's not, I know for firsthand because I've talked to him and I've talked to people affiliated with him. And guess what? He wants to fight Keith Thurman and he wants to fight Danny Garcia. He's been very consistent with those two people. He says, you guys know, you go to his page, he's showing it. He called him out and all that, right? But when you speak to the top and, you know what I mean, see what's available, maybe Danny Garcia has other plans because it doesn't look like Danny Garcia is trying to jump in there with Porter, at least coming off of the Thurman loss. Those are facts. I told you my source was telling me they're trying to put together Brandon Rios for Danny Garcia. So that shows you right then and there, that's where Danny Garcia's head's at coming off of a loss. If you're going to fight Brandon Rios, why not fight Porter? They both are relentless pressure guys, but the difference is Porter's never been stopped. Brandon Rios has. By not even a big puncher in Tim Bradley, right? But Brandon Rios' style is more like Guerrero, how he was fighting. So that's probably why Danny Garcia would want a fight like that because most people would think that suits his style. Danny Garcia is a good counterpuncher with some power, right? You can't blame Porter for that. I told y'all them yellow and the orange super chats, man. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to my dude Anthony Allen. Money Dance. We got us a yellow one. Did you rewatch Canelo Triple G? No, I didn't. It's on the DVR, and I'm leaving for Las Vegas because I got work. So I don't even know if I will be able to watch it. To be honest, I'm very transparent. I didn't think it would be this hard. I didn't plan on getting sick, and I just didn't watch it. Actually, I was gonna watch it when it aired, like in real time, but I was sick or whatever, and I didn't do it. I just ended up watching Lanadas versus Campbell. I didn't miss the super chat. I just said it. Unless there's another one, I just went over the super chat. I just went over them, like I said. But if you guys see me missing them, I'm not disrespecting people. I'm just trying to. I'm in the middle of talking, so I might not see it. So just say, hey, super chat. You got a super chat, and I'll definitely give the person's comment some light and a shout out. Thanks for answering. Yeah, no problem. I mean, I really want to watch the fight again. It's just I've been pretty strapped. I'm working on edits and all kinds of stuff. But shout out to the super chat. Back to this. I'm not mad at this fight. I'm not mad at this fight at all, one bit. And see this. Listen, if y'all really think I've been in the game as long as I've been in the game doing this, and I don't see what y'all try to do, then you out your rabbit ass mind. I see it. For example, I went to Broner versus Granados in February, right? I was there in Cincinnati. I was there for fight week. Had a hotel in the Natty and everything. I was in the Ego in the Nasty Natty, right? Now, fast forward to today, the fight got announced, Porter versus Granados. And on the Premier Boxing Champs page, a lot of people were like, good fight, good fight. But there were a few detractors that were saying, oh, why this? Why not Danny Garcia? Why is he not fighting Errol Spence? Blah, blah, blah. However, in February, like I said, I was in Cincinnati for Broner Granados, and there were a lot of people who were saying that was a close fight, and Granados won. So realistically, Granados didn't really take a major L versus Broner because he pushed Broner at 147, right? He pushed Broner. The weight wasn't even supposed to be at 47, but Broner got sick in camp, and Granados just had to comply. He was the B side. Broner's like, I missed a week of training, so I'm moving the weight up. Take it or leave it. So he, being the tough Chicago kid that he is, Granados took it. And a lot of you motherfuckers was saying Granados beat Broner. So now why are you mad at Porter Granados? The few people that I have seen mad. You see, it doesn't make sense. You said Granados beat Broner. That was his last performance. Nobody else is trying to fight him. I haven't seen nobody jumping up for joy to try to fight Granados. He's a tough kid. He has more than one fight at 147. He's been in there with Felix Diaz. He stopped Amir Imam. So why would you be mad at the Porter fight? This is a good fight. But back to what I was saying, like Luis Ortiz, Sean Porter's in the same boat, meaning he could easily be like, hey, I beat Berto in an eliminator that was supposed to give me Keith Thurman. Then the WBC says they want to do another eliminator with Porter versus Garcia. It doesn't look like Garcia wants to fight him next, right? Porter could just play the waiting game and say, you know what, I'm not fighting no more this year. I had that death in the family, so I was off the Mayweather-McGregor card, and I'm just going to just post up, stay in shape. That's what a lot of fighters would do, especially if their money's cool. They ain't got no real worries. I mean, bills paid. But Porter's not doing that. He's staying active. I give credit to that because Granados has played spoiler before versus Amir Imam. He was a spoiler. He was not supposed to win that fight. In fact, this is how you know. This is off the top of my head. Just how you know who knows your boxing. Because I could tell you these facts off the top of the dome. Granados, when he fought Amir Imam was the #1 mandatory for Victor Postal's WBC belt. Meaning, if Imam didn't fight Granados, he would be next up, supposed to get the shot at Victor Postal in a title fight. However, he fought Granados, knocked him down, hurt him, but Granados being tough and making it a war, he broke Amir Imam down and he beat him. So that's why Amir Imam, he's still ranked, but he wasn't in line for the title shot because he lost to Granados. So I mean, you got to give Granados his proper. He was, I love underdog stories, and he was brought in as this guy has. You look at his record; it doesn't look crazy great. You know what I'm saying? You look at Granados; he got multiple losses, but see, you can't judge certain people. You can't judge based on the eye test on BoxRec because like I said, the Broner Granados fight was pretty close. Some people even thought he fought, but he's always every loss he has, most of them were at least close. You know what I mean? He's never been stopped. So if Porter can stop Granados, I would be impressed. And that's because I know boxing. Some of y'all might not be impressed, but I would be impressed because he hasn't been stopped. You know what I mean? So a lot of people don't understand the lineage of how we got here. They just, oh, Granados lost to Broner. Yeah, but I was at the fight. I was at the fight. He's pretty tall for the division. He's taller than Sean Porter. I could tell you from the eye test. He's taller. He's tough. Never been stopped. And it's a good barometer. It's a good barometer to see how Porter does versus Broner and how Felix Diaz did and Amir Imam did. You know what I mean? And most importantly, like I said, Sean Porter, just like Luis Ortiz, he could just wait and play the waiting game and just play it safe. He's playing it safe. He got cuts in the Berto fight. You know what I mean? Arguably, let's say Porter caused him or whatever. But you run the risk of that. What if you break your hand? What if you get cut up in a fight? Porter could easily just say, I'm not fighting anymore this year. I want to wait for Danny Garcia. I want to wait for Keith Thurman. But he's staying active. He's collecting his paycheck and he's staying active and staying fresh. He did it with Porter, people like that, I think you have to give him more credit because they're playing how the fans say they want the game to be played. Keith Thurman got in a car accident. Porter didn't just sit around. He had an exhibition with Leonardo Tyner. You know what I'm saying? He could have just been like, fuck it, I'm going to wait till Thurman gets better. But he's like, nah, fuck that. I was supposed to fight Keith Thurman in March. He pulled out with a car accident. So we got to do something in the meantime. And then on top of that, he fought Keith Thurman when he got better, and he pushed Keith Thurman. I thought Porter did better versus Keith Thurman than Danny Garcia did versus Keith Thurman. That was a war. So I look at boxing from a realistic set of lenses. Let's talk about the hate some more. Undercards and stuff, right? But check this out. Who is putting on undercards like Showtime PBC? And I'm not talking about like one card. I'm talking about concurrent cards and or routinely. You guys answer that question. And we can dissect this as a group. You know what I mean? It's a group exercise. Name somebody that you would say is stacking the cards like PBC Showtime. Al Heyman. Where y'all at? I don't see the responses. Can y'all hear me? I'm gonna ask again. PBC, Al Heyman, and Showtime. Name somebody else that is stacking the cards like that. Meaning you have the main event and then under you have other good fights. Nobody. What else? What do y'all think? It's a group exercise. There's no right or wrong answer. Well, there technically is, in my opinion, the wrong answer. No one really. There is no one because I'm at these fights. Listen, if you're gonna really nitpick Sean Porter versus Adrian Granados and be like, oh fuck this, why is he not fighting Errol Spence? Why is he not fighting Amir Khan or you know what I mean, whoever, right? Why is he not fighting Danny Garcia? Then you have to answer this to me, and I'm baiting anybody to join. If you disagree, jump in the hot seat or say something crazy, and then you'll probably be put in the hot seat, right? But listen, if the people who are really like analyzing, oh, why is Porter only fighting Granados on the undercard? What was your favorite undercard fight on Canelo versus Golovkin? Again, main event, great. Canelo versus Golovkin, great fight, awesome fight. It delivered. What's your favorite undercard fight on that card? And I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna just drink my Starbucks. What was your favorite undercard fight on Canelo versus Triple G? Undercard, not the main event. None. Anybody disagree with Nino? That undercard was trash. See? because I was at the fight, and trust me, you can ask my writer. He's on Instagram. My writer, he was like, "Are you blown away by this undercard?" And I was like, "Nah, it's actually pretty weak." I thought the Canelo Golovkin undercard was very bad. Like, I mean, and that was a pay per view. You had to pay some $80 or whatever to watch it. This is on Showtime. We get to see Showtime, Sean Porter, Adrian Granados on a regular Showtime card, and the main event still Deontay Wilder, Luis Ortiz, which someone's probably going to get knocked out, right? And that's what I'm saying. New media, we can break this down, and if you disagree, then explain how you disagree in front of us so we can laugh at you. If you like I said, you're mad at this fight, this is just pure trash to you because it's not Sean Porter versus Danny Garcia, then look at Canelo Triple G, which was a pay per view, and that's just the most recent fight that I was there. Joseph Jojo Diaz, I don't even know who he fought. He was supposed to fight, even the guy he was supposed to fight, I seen him fight one time. He fought washed up Fernando Montiel and knocked him out, right? Ryan Blue Chip Martin, I think he might have lost that fight, but they gave it to him. He fought a random guy from Mexico, I think. What was your favorite undercard fight on that? There's nobody stacking cards like PBC and Al Heyman. And this is on regular Showtime. Just if you don't have to pay an extra $70 on top of your HBO Showtime subscription. This is included. You know what I mean? And we could do this all day. Like I said, Canelo Golovkin, why didn't they put David Lemieux versus Danny Jacobs on that undercard? Or Jojo Diaz versus Gary Russell Jr.? So if Porter has to fight Danny Garcia on a Luis Ortiz Wilder undercard, and that's how high your expectations are, like on top of already having a great main event, you want Porter to fight Errol Spence on the undercard or Danny Garcia, then again, why didn't David Lemieux fight Danny Jacobs or Charlo on the undercard of Canelo Golovkin? Since that's your expectations for how good the undercard has to be. You know what I mean? Why didn't even Joseph Jojo Diaz, he wasn't signed on to fight Gary Russell Jr. or Oscar Valdez. Those would have been great and better fights for the undercard. So once again, I've been in the game too long. That's how you can leverage what the fuck is bullshit that people say. Is because PBC Al Heyman, this is the standard. It keeps rising. You know what I mean? It keeps rising. But then when Golden Boy or Top Rank puts together an undercard and it's not even as stacked as some of the PBC cards, you don't hear those same people complaining. So that's how you can always tell. You know what I mean? And I'm not even just saying, I think Porter Granados is a good fight. Both styles, I think, would gel well. Granados got heart, pretty tall, showed he can box in them early rounds versus Broner. And Porter's like just a dog, maul you in your face type dude. I don't even know who Rock Nation has. Ward retired. They got Rigondeaux still. And then Cotto left and went to Golden Boy. And so if Rigondeaux wins, I guess he'll be the biggest star in Rock Nation. And then the other fighter they had, Daniel Franco, got that put in, he was in a coma, so I don't know his fight. Danny Jacobs is with Heyman and Eddie Hearn. So, I mean, like I said, like you see in the title, nobody's putting together undercards and stacking them as best as they can, like Golden Boy. Excuse me, I'm fucking up. Like PBC. And that's just because they have such a vast stable. Because, like I said, some of these undercards, I don't even know who the people, like the Golden Boy, Canelo, Triple G. I really didn't even, I knew Joseph Jojo Diaz. I've seen Ryan Blue Chip Martin because I've covered other fight cards he was on, like the Golovkin Jacobs. But there wasn't no one even as big as like a Sean Porter on that undercard, right? Or you look at the 154-pound fight they have in October. I mean, like I said, how you could tell you have a stacked or a good undercard is where some people may be anticipating the co-main event more than the main event. And I think that's the case with that junior middleweight. Because I want to see Charlo versus Erickson Lubin more than I want to see. I'm not saying I don't want to see Edislani Lara versus Terrell Boucher, but the Charlo Lubin is it for me. I'm like, damn, that's the fight, right? Canelo versus Golovkin, there were no fights that anybody that I can think of unless you were like a family member or kin to one of those fighters, would want to see more than the main event. You know, I mean, Canelo Triple G was the fight. So if you bought that card, if you went to it, that's really probably why you went to the card, because the main event. Trout hurt. Yeah, Austin Trout versus Jared Swift hurt. Those are all good fights. But I'm just saying, me personally, Charlo Lubin is the fight I'm checking for most. So, like I said, if you disagree, let me know how. Who do you think? Like, and see, this is the other thing. The good thing about business is I still see, I see when you're in any kind of competitive industry, your competition should want to keep up. So Al Heyman stacking his cards is going to force Top Rank to try to do better, and Golden Boy to try to do better to stack their card. Whereas they might have put Joseph Jojo Diaz on his own card or something like that. Because you even see with Top Rank, Shakur Stevenson is going to be on the Rigo Loma undercard. You know what I mean? Mick Conlon, I think, is on there too. So, you know what I mean? They're keeping those fighters active. But most likely they're not going to be in big fights because they're so early in their pro career. Dude Rigondeaux has fought on one Rock Nation card since he signed. You don't know what you're talking about. I just stopped reading. See, that's what I do. I've been doing this too long. When the first thing you said in a long paragraph is a lie, I just stop reading. He fought on the Cotto Canelo undercard on 2 weeks' notice. That was a Rock Nation. He was with Rock Nation then. And he fought Chucky Moises Flores. That's already 2. And he fought Jazza Dickens. Those are all fights with Rock Nation. And that's just off the top of my head with no research. You know what I mean? So how you gonna say he only fought one time since he's been with Rock Nation, and they've kept him busier? And I just named multiple, and now he's fighting Lomachenko. But it's cool. Y'all can fact check me if you want. I don't care, because either I'm right or I'm wrong, and I don't mind being wrong because it's about consistency. Black Goku, what up? What's cracking? But yeah, man, yeah, that's how I do it. If I could tell you left a long, lengthy message, and the first thing is already like ego, you're a bitch, or a lie or something that's false, then I just stop reading. So that's it. I switched. What up? I don't even know what you're talking about, but whatever. I haven't seen Lubin in action. Is he hyper legit? I mean, that's why you got to tune into that October card. We're gonna find out. But he signed. He signed to Lil Wayne, I guess. Yeah, Lil Wayne got some kind of sports agency, and I guess he signed to him. So they believe in him. You know what I mean? I think he has a decent amateur pedigree. He has power. Southpaw. So fuck it. We gonna find out. Lil Wayne. And then I went to the Mayweather fight. Robert Garcia. Yeah, call me when this We are not the same. I am a Martian. Like Gonzalez, Young Wallace. I don't know Errol Spence's next fight. I don't really know who's trying to see him, to be honest. Porter Granados, I'm not sure if it goes the distance. It was just announced today, so I haven't really put that much thought into it. I mean, there's a chance that Porter could stop him, I think. But I mean, Granados is tough, so I don't know. I haven't really thought about it too much. Real G's moving silence like lasagna. That Lil Wayne. Harder. But like I said, man, good year for boxing. PBC Showtime. Nobody's stacking their card. I'm assuring you, nobody's really stacking their cards like PBC. Because I've at least heard of people that are on the undercard. When I cover some of these other undercards, I'm like, who is that? Like, you know what I mean? It's like people that are building and they're fighting people I've never even heard of because they're just building up and just, you know what I mean? Which happens. I'm not knocking it. But again, if the standard is here for Al Heyman, then it needs to be the same for everybody. If you're saying Sean Porter needs to fight Danny Garcia on the undercard to Luis Ortiz Wilder, which is already a great fight, then why didn't you demand Golden Boy give us Danny Jacobs versus David Lemieux, or David Lemieux versus Demetrius Andrade, or you know what I mean, a fight like that on the Canelo Triple G undercard? I don't know, man. I damn near want to go to New York for both of them cards, the Lomachenko Rigondeaux and the Wilder Ortiz one. So we just got to see. I got to see because, man, I got to see how much money that's going to cost. Yeah, they were trying to get Errol Spence in between December and February. I just don't know. Yeah, this is some good ass fights, man. That Lomachenko Rigondeaux, I'm really checking for that. See, listen. I keep telling y'all the same shit. I tell y'all the same shit all the time. Listen to what people say then and now. Everything I've said about Lomachenko, I still say about Lomachenko. Good, things that I've criticized. Same thing I said about Rigondeaux, I'm still saying about Rigondeaux. This is the fake, and this is how you can always spot the fake, man. I teach y'all new media. We teach y'all how to spot the counterfeit. And me, you never. I put money on it right now. Great fights, I don't ever get in the way. I never tell you Andre Ward shouldn't move up and fight Sergey Kovalev. But y'all say I love Ward because I'm from the Bay and all that. Then why didn't I try to protect him and say, no, you shouldn't fight Kovalev? Shout out to Big Time. I told y'all them yellow and them orange super chats, man. $10 shmoney dance. And he said shmoney, that's all. He just dropped some money to the movement. Y'all trying to get me to go out to New York back to back in November, December for some great cards, great coverage. Shout out to the shmoney. But that's me. I'm a boxing fan. And that's why it's so real on my channel, because I don't get in the way with good fights. I never told you Pacquiao and Mayweather should never fight each other. I never told you that Ward shouldn't move up and challenge himself versus Kovalev, because I'm not afraid. I believe even the fighters that I like, I believe in their skill set. You know what I mean? I don't duck or dodge. Wilder versus AJ. That's a good fight. No matter if my prediction's right or wrong, I want to see it. I want to see if I'm right or if I'm wrong. Period. But that's not what y'all do. Y'all shit on Rigondeaux and say he sucks and he can't sell out and no one wants to pay to see him. But now the tickets, they're down to the last 800 in the first day. You can't make this man. I tell y'all casuals are getting bodied, and there's a lot of channels that have casuals running the channel. And listen, you're getting body bagged. You're getting body bagged. Bob Arum, Mayweather, he's up, right? This is that's what the blue check mark means. Tickets to the December 9th Vasyl Lomachenko Guillermo Rigondeaux title fight went on sale at noon Eastern Standard Time. Less than 800 remain. So they've almost sold out. Tickets are moving. Go to Ticketmaster and get your tickets to a great fight. But again, this does not support what the fuck y'all have been saying about Rigondeaux. It does not support that one bit. You said he can't sell out. Nobody would ever pay to see him. But you see, if you match him with the right fight and you get combined star power, him plus another person, and it could have been Carl Frampton in New York. It could have been Leo Santa Cruz in LA. And if you would have made those fights when Rigondeaux was calling them dudes out, I think they would have sold well. You know what I mean? Because it's the combined of the two names. Not everybody is a Mayweather, Canelo size star. Golovkin's not even that size star. He sells out venues, but his pay-per-view numbers when he's been the A side have not been good at all. when he was the A side versus Lemieux and Jacobs, the pay-per-view buys weren't good. You know what I mean? If you put him on regular HBO, yeah, he can do over $1 million or close to it. But when you tell people you got to pay $60-$70 to see him, and he's not facing another big star like a Canelo, right, or a Cotto or somebody, then the numbers aren't going to be that great. That's what history has shown us. So I'm not saying Rigondeaux is this super Mayweather style star, right? But if you put him in the right fight and you market it, damn, y'all get the opportunity to see something that ain't never been done. Two-time Olympic gold medalists, one moving up 2 divisions, one's high tech, the Matrix, the other one is the Jackal in New York. Boom. Tickets are not having a problem moving. But if you put Lomachenko in there with Mariaga, it's not going to be as, I don't remember them saying in the first day there's only 800 tickets left. I'm telling y'all, this was not going to be a good year for a lot of y'all. And that's just what it is. If you make good competitive fights, the best versus the best, then the turnout's usually better. Point blank, period. If Wilder fights AJ, I'm sure it will do good. Because Kubrat Pulev, listen, if Kubrat Pulev can sell 70,000 with Joshua, and he's from Bulgaria or wherever the fuck he's from, you don't think if Wilder went to the UK is going to have a good turnout? You know what I'm saying? So that people get it twisted with this star power shit. Not everyone's a Conor McGregor sized star, but if you market the fight right and they're in a competitive best versus best fight that boxing fans know both guys stand a chance to lose, like Canelo Golovkin. Some people were picking Golovkin, some people were picking Canelo, and those fights always do better. Canelo Cotto at the time. Some people were picking Cotto, some people were picking Canelo, and the numbers show. Mayweather McGregor is just a little bit different because you just had two salesmen and talkers, so they just entertained. Arturo, we've already discussed this. I'd rather see Sean Porter versus Danny Garcia than Granados. Listen, I was on the phone with Kenny Porter today. I'm going out to Las Vegas, and I'm going to link up with them this week, right? Sean Porter wants to rather see Danny Garcia versus Adrian Granados, right? But it's not on their side. And they have to, there's an order of operations. You know what I'm saying? And they can request a certain fight. It's just like, let's say I used to go to the club with my boys and stuff. You could go to the DJ booth and be like, oh, play that new Usher, right? And he can notate it. That doesn't mean he's going to play next Usher. He might have his own fucking playlist. He might not want to play. He wants to play something else. You know what I mean? But then there's a chance he plays it. That's what these boxers have to do. Sean Porter is not like a Floyd Mayweather position where if he demands Conor McGregor, then no one in their right mind is going to turn it down. So Sean Porter, he wants Danny Garcia to fight. Trust me. He wants to fight him. And there's nothing. I was just with them last for the, and I'm going to be with them again this weekend. He wants to fight him, but it's not all on his side. So Porter would rather fight Danny Garcia than Granados. But if Danny Garcia, for whatever reason, coming off a loss, don't want to fight, then what can he do? Just stay on the sidelines and keep waiting? No. Get your money. And I don't know. I'm not, you know what I mean? I don't know what their purse is or like that or anything like that. But best believe Sean Porter, who's been in main events before, if he's fighting on a co-main event to Wilder Ortiz, going out to New York, then they got to pay like they weigh. So he's probably getting paid something good or decent at least to be the co-feature and use his brand to help the card. So, I mean, it is what it is. But fans would rather see Errol Spence or Danny Garcia and Porter. Yeah, but that's not how, you know what I mean? It is a business. And seeing the other thing, I know stuff, and I'm not going to put it out there like that. But I was hearing stuff in the process. I did a video yesterday before any of this news. Sean Porter released it today, right? Before any of that came out today, I did a video about Danny Garcia possibly fighting Brand Rios. If you listen to that video back, I told you there's a fight that's already signed and already announced, and they're trying to add a fighter to that card. So I already knew about Sean Porter. I have my sources and stuff, and I knew about Sean Porter. They were trying to put him on the card. But I also knew about other people they reached out to. Listen, until I got in the game, I didn't understand boxing is crooked. Boxing has a lot of politics, and it truly is a business. But anyway, Granados wasn't the first person. There's other names, and I'm not going to put those people on blast. But there are other names that were reached out to fight before Granados, and people were like, "Oh, I want to tune up," or "I'm not," you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to fight for it, or I'm injured. You know what I mean? That's just the way it goes. So I'm just happy boxing is in a good place. It's a good year. And like I said, Granados, I mean, that's not a bad fight to me at all. I think it's a good fight stylistically because I know what Granados comes to bring and I know what Porter comes to bring. But everything takes time. You don't just get, like I said, with the DJ requesting the song, you don't always just get what you want. Keith Thurman wanted Floyd Mayweather. They were both with Al Heyman. Why didn't Keith Thurman ever give Floyd Mayweather? Just the business wasn't right, and Keith Thurman wasn't drawing the interest that appeased Floyd or whatever the fuck, so the fight didn't happen. Period. But like I said, I'm realistic with this boxing shit, and that's why you'll see the numbers continue to grow because I give these guys a fair shake. I speak my mind. I don't derive from that formula, and I give props to Luis Ortiz, Sean Porter's guys who are in a position where they're basically a mandatory, but they're risking it by fighting somebody who's not 100% guaranteed win. I mean, it's boxing, so technically no one's 100% guaranteed win, but you know what I mean? These guys are risking it for their paycheck and their legacy to fight other options when they could just wait. You know what I'm saying? They could easily just wait and just be like, oh, I'm just waiting. I'm going to wait and see what happens. But they're still getting up in there. I give props to that. Because, like, look, put it this way. Let's say y'all were waiting outside of some massive concert that you paid for, right? And you're in line, and you had a friend, and he was like, man, I already went to the front, and they're going to let us sneak in. But the catch is, if you jump out of line, then you may not get your place back. So if you go up to the front of the line and try to get in this VIP and expedited thing, then you may lose your spot, and then the line has grown even longer. So that's what these fighters are doing, like Ortiz and Sean Porter. They're in line. You know what I mean? The line's moving, but they're like in line, and they can play it safe by saying, hey, no, you know, that's too risky. I don't want to give up my spot. But they could try to rush it or whatever, and then they could potentially lose their spot. But in this example, losing their spot would be losing a fight. You know what I mean? So they're taking a gamble. Luis Ortiz can wait for Anthony Joshua. He was already talking about suing him. You know what I mean? So he could be like, okay, Joshua, knock out Q-Rap Pulev, and then you got me next. But he's fighting a guy with all fucking knockouts except for one fight. And he hurt that guy, which was Bermain Stavern. He doesn't have to take that opportunity. But obviously, for his career, for the name in Wilder, he sees fit. You know what I mean? He sees fit to fight him. What's the big question? I don't understand it. What's the big question? No way Rigo jumps Crawford. What are you talking about? Rigondeaux, I wouldn't put Rigondeaux at number one pound for pound. I mean, he's very skilled, but like my formula is like Crawford just cleared out a whole division. He cleared out a whole division, and he's been fighting at a level like he's been making Olympic gold medalists look like shit, and or stopping. Or he did stop both Olympic gold medalists, and he just unified and became undisputed. So I don't know that one fight with Lomachenko would jump him up, but he's definitely top five. Definitely top five. It's just even top three. You know what I mean? Because as far as I'm concerned, obviously we have to see how the fight plays out. Like if he stopped Lomachenko, wow. Like, or if he just did like the Donaire where he just like surgically took away all this, I'm like, wow. So you can put him in that top three. But it really is just dependent on how the fight plays out, to be honest. You know what I mean? Is it good? Does it go the distance? Is it good scoring? But I mean, the motherfucker is jumping up 2 weight classes, so he would be the true definition of pound for pound because he's moving up radically and taking on a guy who's perceived as like the best since Ali and all this shit. So he's definitely up there. I don't know. I don't really do a pound for pound list, but I don't like to keep moving guys and you know what I'm saying off of one fight and stuff. One time getting that Social Security check, SSI. Wow. Yeah, Spence has a shot at pound for pound supremacy, but it just depends. You know what I mean? It's a waiting game. These guys have to wait for the opportunities to fight the guys that are going to get them there. But Abel Sanchez, like I said, look at what people say then and now. Abel Sanchez and Loeffler and all these people were saying that Canelo even, they say, oh, the winner of this fight, Canelo Triple G, is number 1 pound for pound. I don't see it because y'all just fought to a draw, which people agree with. Some people think Golovkin won. Some people thought Canelo won. So off of that performance, I can't give you number 1 pound for pound. I can say you guys are both good fighters, but how? How can you be pound for pound number 1 when you didn't even decisively win either one of you? You just fought to a draw. So it's kind of hard. Very hard. How can you be pound for pound number 1 like ESPN is saying off of a draw? Meanwhile, you got Errol Spence going to the UK, stopping motherfuckers who've never been stopped at welterweight. Only got stopped 2 divisions higher. You got Terrence Crawford, who cleaned out his whole division, made Gamboa and other medalists like Felix Diaz look like shit, made Victor Postol look like shit. Fought a Ndongo, who I was at that fight, way bigger than him, was going to people's backyards. That was nothing new. And he's stopping them in the 3rd round. I mean, how does that trump any of that? How does Golovkin Canelo fighting to a draw trump any of that? Because as far as I'm concerned, and to be honest, I haven't rewatched the Canelo Triple G fight, right? But neither one of them, I told you this, and I'll still say the same thing. Despite whoever you had winning, despite any of that, neither one showed maximum separation. It was a good, awesome fight that needed to happen, but nobody really pulled away. Where you're like, damn, Golovkin just dusted the fuck out of Canelo. I didn't see that because I thought Golovkin was. Anytime you miss 500 plus punches, you're not doing something right. You know what I mean? Canelo, anytime you that tired up in there, and you know what I'm saying, and you're not looking like you did with Kirkland and stuff like that, then you're not doing something right. So you can't be number 1 pound for pound off of that. Maybe in the rematch, and if it's a conclusive answer or something. But neither Canelo or Golovkin showed the type of skill. I'm not saying that it showed skill, so get that fucking right now. I'm not saying that it showed skill, but they didn't show elitist skill at the elitist of levels where they pulled away. I mean, even like, listen, Ward and Kovalev, neither one of them showed that there was much separation in that first fight. But see, Ward has a lot of other fights. Even if you put an asterisk by the Kovalev fight, he has a lot of other fights that prove his greatness. You know what I'm saying? And beyond that, he had an immediate rematch with Kovalev, and he showed that separation. Period. You know what I mean? Tony Bellew is number 1. What? Number 1 Creed actor? What are you talking about? Number 1 pound for pound? Hell no. Who's both on the pound for pound list? I want a couple things me way. Billy Joe Saunders ain't pound for pound number 1 either. Listen, Canelo and Triple G got to clear that up for the fans. We'll see who makes the adjustment. Right now, I'm rocking towards Canelo. Younger, fresher. If he can get that, I mean, tired or no tired, he was making Golovkin miss. So if he can tweak up and fight, I think the biggest thing he did is he used too much movement to the point where it made him fucking tired. On top of Golovkin's pressure making him tired. So if he relaxes a bit more, settles more into the fight, and still stays defensively responsible, I would lean towards Canelo in the rematch over overall skill. Because Golovkin put on mad pressure and still came up with a draw. Mad pressure. So what is he gonna? How can you like? Okay, Golovkin's not getting any younger. So what is he gonna do? How much more pressure can you put on a guy than he already did? You know what I'm saying? He missed 500 punches, so he was going after it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I just don't really see what more. Like when you look at that, I mean, don't get me wrong, Golovkin has power and stuff, so maybe he can catch Canelo early and then set the tone. But I'm rocking with Canelo because I think the skills. Because I really don't think Golovkin fought a bad fight, other than he has no defense and he missed a lot of punches. But I mean, he put on a maximum amount of pressure. And see, another thing with people like Golovkin, he's looking a lot more human lately. I think that's gonna, no matter what he says, no matter what the fans say, that's gonna affect his confidence. You just knocked out 23 motherfuckers in a row. You're gonna have probably some doubts. You're gonna have some doubts like, damn, I can't pull the trigger, and I never knocked Kell Brook down. You know what I mean? But I was knocking Willie Monroe's and David Lemieux's and Dominic Wade's and all these motherfuckers down. Now I can't. I can't even knock a Kell Brook down. I can't stop Jacobs. I can't stop Canelo. You know what I mean? So even if fans are saying Triple G won versus Canelo, he never really even hurt him. Like to the point where it was so visible. Canelo was just holding on for nothing. There was nothing like that. I'm sure some of the punches didn't feel good, but he wasn't on no fucking death. I like to call it death row. He wasn't on death row. He was calm. I mean, he just started getting tired in there from the pressure and moving so damn much. So, I mean, despite anything, that's going to affect the fighter. And I'm not comparing the two, even though they're friends. But Roma Chocolatito Gonzalez, he came into the Sor Rungvisai rematch looking like a broken fighter, to be honest. He looked like he didn't even want to fucking be in there. He looked like he didn't want to be there at all, especially when Rungvisai hit him with them body shots. He looked like he didn't want to be in that motherfucker. Yeah, I just been busy, man. I haven't linked up with Troy King. I talked to him a couple times, but that coming back from Vegas and then getting sick really threw me off. Now I'm going back to Vegas. So, I mean, I don't know when I'll be able to link up with him in the physical. But yeah, I'll try to get his take on Lomachenko or Riga now. That's what I'm saying. That's what, like, y'all think it's a game. That's why these super chats and the Patreons, I'm trying to save them and then use the money to allocate even more resources, because it's just me right now. Like, I'm doing a lot. I'm doing a lot, man. And this is what I signed up for. Comes with the territory. So I'm not ducking or dodging, but at the moment certain things are gonna take time. Take time to get, I just gotta get caught up. And the other thing is, like you see in the title of the video, this 2017 is lit. I'm not complaining. It's job security, but there's a lot of shit to talk about. There's a lot of work, and I've been doing live streams more, which takes away from other things. So we getting there. I like the hats. I still haven't made the hats available. It's a work in progress. We getting there. Yeah, I'll scrounge around to see if I heard anything about Errol Spence, but I haven't really heard anything. Estrada versus Rungvisai, great fight. Del Gallo Estrada, he's clearly the better boxer fundamentally, but he's gonna have to fight smart because Rungvisai is that. He's a Muay Thai fighter, former Muay Thai fighter. He has power, and he don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about the hats, but you're killing it on the videos. Appreciate that. You may not care about the hats, but there are a lot of people that do. You know what I mean? And they want the hats and they want that work, and it'll help the movement. So I appreciate the compliment, though. We just working, man. Great year. Shit. New media is killing. If Jermell Charlo beats Erickson Lubin, you might have to start considering him for trainer of the year because he took his fighter um, Errol Spence over to Kell Brooks' backyard, literally in Sheffield, got the stoppage. So if Jermell Charlo wins against Charles Hatley and then comes back and beats Erickson Lubin, shit, what other trainer has done anything like that? I mean, this year, what trainer has like solid ass wins like that at a high level? Reynoso's, their fighter just fought to a draw, right? Abel Sanchez, his fighter just fought to a draw and then arguably lost to Danny Jacobs. Freddie Roach, his fighter Pacquiao just lost. Cotto beat Kamagai, which we all knew. So yeah, Derek James, you got to start looking at him as trainer of the year, real shit. Because I'm trying to think. This is off the top of my head, so it's not like I'm set in stone on this. But I'm trying to think off the top of my head what fighters had a better year or what trainers had a better year than if Charlo wins versus Lubin. That should be a tough fight. You know what I mean? Robert Garcia, Brandon Rios. Oh, he wasn't even with Brandon Rios for that last fight. They're together now, so I can't. Who the fuck did Robert Garcia have? Mikey Garcia beat Broner. That was a good win for him. And then Abner Matas. Who the fuck did Abner Matas beat this year? I don't know. I don't even know who Robert Garcia, his best wins. I can only think of Mikey Garcia and Broner. I'm still tripping off when Derek James said so. You Boxingego, the actual guy. Oh yeah. I was like, what are you talking about? But yeah, he was like, yeah, are you the real Boxingego? Like what? Yeah, man. This ain't no hologram. We working. Yeah, I mean, real talk. It's still surprising that people even know me. You know what I mean? Like when I hear people, oh, I've seen your video. I'm like, oh shit. I don't know who this is reaching. I just put the information out, speak from the heart. I'm real, and keep it pushing. So it's good to get like Danny Jacobs and people like, oh yeah, I checked you out, man. You hold it down. I'm like, wow. Great year for boxing, D. If you're new to the stream, hit the like button. We working. This is just a kick it stream. We just randomly doing it, going over things. I'm trying to think of what else is popping. I'm just excited, man. I'm excited for the fight, and I'm really gonna try to get to. And I'm excited, but I'm pissed. I'm pissed because I live in California, and all these good ass fights coming up are all in New York. The 154-pound card, Wilder Ortiz with Sean Porter, Granados added, Lomachenko-Rigo. Like really, everything got to be in New York at the end of the year. Fuck. Like we couldn't have one of these in Vegas, West Coast or something. I mean, shit, these are great fights, but these trips cost money. You know what I mean? And I damn near want to go to both of those New York cards in October, November, and December. Yeah, we worldwide it. I don't know. What do y'all want? Would y'all rather me cover Wilder Ortiz or Lomachenko-Rigo? Which one would y'all rather have me cover? You know what I mean? Because I don't know if I'll swing both. If maybe I will, maybe I won't. It just depends. But man, I don't know what the fuck. But I was looking at the prices. Brooklyn is expensive as fuck. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It just depends. Depends on what. That's why you guys leave comments, all the engagement. That helps the channel because the better the channel's doing, the more likelihood that I will feel like spending the money to go get these. You know what I mean? Go after and go to all these trips. You know what I mean? And that's something that the super chats and all that is dope too. But even just liking, let YouTube know the channel's popping. The more popping we get, Ego Army style, Ego Mafia, the mob, the better it is. Because then I'll be able to get to everything. And see, y'all know me, man. Like I feel I'm a hard worker. I get it from my mom and dad. Creative. I'm not out there to play. Like I feel like I have good questions. I feel like I have good questions when I go out there and get in front of these trainers. I'm not asking like stupid. Oh, regular Cheetos or Flaming Hot? I don't care about none of that. I'm not here for none of that. I'm here to get to the beans and the meat, man. Yeah, so man, thank y'all for supporting the Ego Army. We just working. What's cheap and ain't bad? I don't know. What are you talking about, Angel? You said it's cheap and it ain't bad. I don't know. What are you talking about? Listen, y'all can say it's cheaper than bad. I live in California, so going to New York is more expensive than going to Vegas because it's further. In addition, it's easy for you to say, "Oh, it's cheap and ain't bad," when you don't have to go there for full fight weeks. You know what I'm saying? When I go to fight weeks, I could be there from Monday or Tuesday all the way to Sunday. Y'all get there for weigh-ins and shit. So it is different. So yeah, like if I was only staying for 2 days versus staying for 5 days, it would be cheaper. If I was in the Midwest or in the East Coast, it would be cheaper. And beyond that, it's the volume. You know how many fights I've covered recently? I went to Crawford in Nebraska for 5 days, came back for 1 day, then went to Mayweather McGregor for 5 days, came back for two and a half weeks, and then I covered Canelo Triple G. So yeah, I mean, for y'all it's easy, but that's 15 days that I was gone. I'm not even at home. I'd be forgetting what my bed feels like. I was there for 5 days apiece at least for all those trips, and that was within a month's time. So in the 30 calendar day, I'm gone for 2 weeks of it. 15 days, 14 plus 1. You know what I mean? Yeah, this shit is no joke. So yeah, y'all be like, oh, it's not that bad. It's not that cheap. Or it's cheap. Yeah, it's cheap if I get there on Friday and just stay for that and the fight 2 days. But I go there for weeks. So I give you guys the best content. You know what I mean? Media workouts, press conference, whatever they're hosting. So it's different. A little bit different when you're media. But we'll see. You know what I mean? It just depends. Ego be in them nice hotels. Shit. I being cool. Yeah, all this shit adds up really. But shit. Give me a tax write-off. We support you. You do a great job. Well, I appreciate it, man. I support the fans. Like I'm an old school person. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. High front, high, 2 for 2. You know what I mean? The fans have been great. This year's been great, so I have no choice but to work hard. It's in my nature. Not really. His last room was basic. I was in the MGM. What are you talking about? See, y'all be hating. What's your last room? What's the last room you went to? Baltimore SK. What's the last fight you covered? See, y'all be hating. His last room was basic. What's the last room you had? When's the last time you stepped off the porch? Motel 6? Exactly. Hey, I put him in a hot seat. Show receipts. Just being honest, dog. Okay, be honest. Let's be honest. We're gonna be honest with you. What's the last trip you took? What's the last trip you took? Where'd you go? Where do you live and what's the last trip you took? And I'm not talking about going to Target or McDonald's or some shit. Let's be honest with you. See, that's the thing. Y'all think because somebody else is in the public eye, you get judged. Let's judge you now. Let's judge your life. Let's see what moves you making. I run a business. So where do you live and where's the last place you honestly traveled? And we want to see receipts. His room was basic. Yeah, my room's basic, but use basic paper towels to wipe your kitchen counter. What are you talking about? Shit, I don't give a fuck if it's basic as long as I'm working. And see, the other thing is like these trips are I'm there for working. So I really don't even care what the room looks like, to be honest, as long as it ain't where, you know what I mean, my equipment is gonna get stolen and broken into. Or if I bring a chick back or something, like I wouldn't be embarrassed. That's really it. You know what I mean? But I'm barely in my room, so I don't give a fuck what the room is looking like, to be honest. because I'm always working. Where your ass need to be. You probably on your lunch break sneaking. That room was basic. Where's your room? I still ain't seen a response. Respect the ego for helping make the Rigo Loma fight happen. We working. His last hotel room was rented by the hour. Goddamn. Goddamn. They said you red boxed you a room. You could only stay till like 8 p.m. Then you had to leave and sleep in your car. Like I said, don't open Pandora's box if y'all really don't want it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all trying to judge me. Oh, his last room was basic. What's your last room? That's what the fans want to know. When was your last room? Where's the last time you left your city? What have you even done for your city? Because I put the Bay Area on my back. Real shit. Name somebody out there in the Bay Area that covers boxing that's bigger than the movement. I'm away. I put my city on my back. I put my state on my back. I represent the 707 everywhere I go. You know what I mean? Again, name somebody who's in the Bay Area that covers boxing that's bigger than me. Anyway, moving on. Y'all got to get that hate out your blood. I'll be trying to give y'all the keys. Focus on you. Baltimore SK, no offense, man. No, I'm not tripping. It's not my room. I don't live there. I don't care. Question was thoughts on Broner versus Matisse. I mean, it's a couple years later than fans probably wanted the fight. But, I mean, I would watch it. Broner's talking about he's coming back in December. I mean, Lucas Matisse coming off the Emmanuel Taylor destruction on the Canelo Chavez Jr. card, so I would watch it for sure. I don't know. I'm not saying he can't fight, man, because I think he was hurting Mikey Garcia late in the fight, round 8 or something, but he didn't capitalize. You gotta let your freezing. Someone keeps calling me and they won't stop, so it like mess up the streak. Broner said last time I checked. See, Broner, like I said, he changes it. He says, I can't make 140 no more. I'm moving up to 47. Then he came back for Granados, and it was supposed to be at like 140 or 142. Then he's now, last time I checked, and I talked to him, Canelo Triple G fight week, and the video got fucked up with the audio, so I never put it up. But what he said was 140. I'm going to be 140. Yeah, man. Like I said, I like Broner. It's good for boxing, but it's like the boy who cried wolf. You know what I'm saying? He's like, you wanna pull for him, like, man, Broner, you got this one, and then he'll show you something or be playing around. And he's just like, you know what I mean? I gotta focus. Me personally, I focus my energy more on like the people, like the Errol Spence. He's not really playing around to me. Like he seems like his career is all. I'm not gonna say all he has because I know he's a family man and got kids and shit, but he takes it like I think he should. Mikey Garcia, Canelo, Golovkin, you know what I mean? Like they got that Terrence Crawford. They still fight every fight like they got something to prove. Broner, I don't think he fights every fight like he has something to prove still. Like when he was fucking dudes, Eloy Perez and them dudes up, he was looking like a beast. Antonio DeMarco. But listen, name a Broner win that's been as impressive as Antonio DeMarco at the time he fought DeMarco since DeMarco. Like there's other aspects of fights, like when he dropped Sean Porter, that was an impressive moment, but he lost 11 rounds. The fact that he got back up and kept trying versus Maidana when he got dropped twice, that was impressive. But I'm talking about like his whole performance. I haven't been wowed. Like it looked like that's where Broner peaked when he fought DeMarco. That's my favorite Broner performance. Favorite. He just chopped his man up. And DeMarco at the time was a lightweight champion, and he had knocked out John Molina, a big puncher in 1 round, stuff like that. Beterbiev or Kovalev. Beterbiev beat him, I think, twice in the amateurs. I think Beterbiev could beat him in the pros. He's just fresher. I think those wars is very hard to say. I was gonna say wars with Ward, and that was very tongue twisting. But those 2 wars with Ward, I think they've chipped away at Kovalev because he started. Listen, Kovalev's a good fighter still, I'm sure, but we may have seen the best of Crusher, and I'm not saying I wish this on him. Maybe he could prove me wrong, but the way he's acting, I don't have faith that Crusher will come back and look way stronger than he has in the past. That's my honest to God opinion. Anthony Allen, $2 shmoney dance. We working. I appreciate that. We may have seen the best of Crusher, and to me, it's because he just, when guys start sounding like delusional in interviews, it's very concerning. Very concerning to me. Because it reminds me of like Victor Ortiz. Victor Ortiz is very talented. If you really just put skill, size, southpaw, and if you look at the best of Victor Ortiz, his best, but he started doing interviews with like guys who stopped him, Josecito Lopez, Mayweather, and Maidana, and he was like, all them guys are pussies. They're not on my level. Like, what? You just sound crazy. You talking about these guys aren't on your level and they all stopped you. One broke your jaw. One made you quit. The other one two-pieced you into your casket. You know what I'm saying? So when guys start speaking like that, for me as a boxing fan, it's very concerning because it's a level of immaturity and maybe a level of not coming to grips with reality. And that's what Kovalev is doing to me. Kovalev is talking about like Ward retired because of me. Like, listen, new media is destroying you dudes. I don't even understand why some of y'all are even trying. You better off apply to the post office. You know what I mean? Get you a cool little job. But this ain't it. Because y'all getting bodied. Like people like listen. I'm not always right. We know this. But it's about consistency. I'm not way off the fucking mark. Some of y'all talking about Chocolatitos #1 and Kovalev's the greatest ever and Triple G. Look at their recent performances, all of them. All of everybody. Everyone I just named. Y'all doing that HBO shit. Lomachenko is #1, but then Lomachenko's not even saying he's #1. Lomachenko's saying Crawford's #1. You know what I mean? Every fighter I've talked to or seen, Danny Jacobs just did an interview at the Jorge Linares Campbell when he announced he's going to be on HBO. He was like, nah, Lomachenko, he's good, but he ain't #1. I have an interview with Sean Porter, Caleb Plant. They said Lomachenko's not #1. This is the shit y'all shoveling. You know what I mean? Also saying Kovalev is indestructible and all that. And then he gets stopped. Then he loses to Ward. He's supposed to knock Ward out in the rematch. Why are we arguing about Tony Weeks? He said Ward couldn't even hurt him. You guys are getting bodied, man. Triple G, his last 2 performances have not been the best of his career. You could say he won. The Jacobs, I thought he lost, right? Canelo, some people are saying he won. Some people saying Canelo won. The judges said it was a draw. You know what I mean? So it's like the shit y'all saying is not looking true. Chocolatito is the best ever, #1. So back to Kovalev. When people start sounding like real way off the mark, it's concerning. We're talking about all that shit y'all say. No one believes it anymore. Kovalev talking about I will destroy Ward's boxing career, but then you just stopped and like basically quit in the fight. You didn't destroy his career. He made a decision to retire. You know what I mean? Kovalev talking about he's scared. No one believes that stuff anymore. Before, when Kathy Duval was like, Ward missed the press conference and he's scared, y'all was good with that. And y'all was, Ward's going to pull out with injury. Ward just fought Brand, but he could have caught a flight and went to the press conference. And then now Kovalev is saying he's still scared. Listen, you got to know fighters. I be around fighters. I've been around Ward plenty of times. That man was not scared from the jump. Did he fight him like he was scared? No. In neither fight. Listen, he got knocked down on all 4. He says he wasn't hurt. In my opinion, I think he was hurt. You know what I mean? I think he doesn't want to give Kovalev that edge. I'm like, oh, fuck, I was fucked. You know what I mean? That's like a strategy or whatever. But I think he was hurt. He got back up and smiled like, yeah, I'm good, and smiled. So all this, the dude's been in the ring with you 20 rounds at this point, and he stopped you. Why would he be afraid? Oh, I'm so terrified of Kovalev, I got to retire now. No one believes that shit no more. Kovalev, in that same interview he did with TMZ where he said Ward retired and he ended Ward's career, all this shit, he says, I wanted to have some tune-ups and fight Ward in a trilogy. Why do you need tune-ups? Why do you need tune-ups if the guy's afraid of you? Why don't you go jump in, because you know that would be career suicide if you fought Ward in a trilogy fight and got beat again or got stopped earlier. So that's why you want tune-ups to get, get situated with a new trainer, since you basically pushed John David Jackson out. It's not looking good for Kovalev, and that's my honest opinion, because no one believes it anymore. You know what I mean? And that's the worst thing is if you have this reputation. It's like Suge Knight. See, I like my hip hop. In the 90s and shit, nobody was really fucking with Suge Knight. He had the street rep. He was, with the Bloods from Compton, big dude, imposing. Nobody was really like trying Suge Knight, right? But after Suge Knight got knocked out outside of a club by a guy who was way smaller and shit, and like that, it kind of strips away the aura of invincibility. Somebody was shot at Suge Knight and all types of shit. Snoop Dogg was talking shit about, you know what I mean? So it got stripped away, the whole like he's invincible and can't be touched type of thing. That's kind of what it is with Kovalev. At one point, nobody was like really fucking with Kovalev. Like, you know what I mean? Like he was living up to the rep. But you can't be all, this guy's scared of me and this, that, and the third. But he just fought 20 rounds. That doesn't even sound right. A guy that stopped you is afraid of you now. Why did he sign on to the rematch? Why didn't he? Sullivan Barrera's made some noise. Why didn't he rematch him? Why did he rematch you? Yeah, Snoop went to Master P and No Limit and was talking hella shit about shit. I don't really do least favorite boxers. If you know what I'm saying, if I don't really like somebody, I just don't really pay attention. That's just me. I don't really have a least favorite boxer list. Like even Kovalev, I think Kovalev is a nasty person, his attitude, but skills and personality. See, I'm not like y'all. Y'all be talking about Floyd beat his girlfriend and he's really 51-0 if you include his girlfriend and all that corny shit. I'm judging the fight skill. You know what I mean? Kovalev, even though he done some things that appear very racist, appear like he's like a jerk of a person and mean and like heartless or whatever, I never took away from his ability to fight. He can fight. You know, he's a good fighter. I don't bring up like the other bullshit. Ego really does give people a fair shake. I mean, I really do. Like I said, I don't say, oh, Kovalev's drinking vodka, so Pascal's going to whoop his ass. I didn't think Pascal was going to whoop his ass, so I never said that. You know what I'm saying? But that's what y'all do. Oh, fucking Connor's going to destroy Floyd because he beat his wife. What? What does that have to do? You know what I'm saying? Just stupid shit. But that's why we're here now. I'm getting hungry again, man. Boxing is in a good place. No, I didn't see Devin Haney's fight, but I heard he won. He's 17-0. Getting out box wrecks your confidence. Yeah, I mean, the different things are different. Like let's say Pacquiao. Listen. Pacquiao's always struggled with Marquez. So he got dropped. Marquez got dropped in the fourth fight. Then Pacquiao got stopped with a single shot. I'm not saying it's easy to bounce back from that, but it could be easier because you knew you just got reckless and you got caught. Boom, lights out. You know what I mean? So that could happen to anybody. You underestimated Marquez. You thought you had him hurt. You got a little too aggressive. So you know not to do that next time. But when somebody takes your soul, i.e., what Floyd Mayweather does to some opponents, like Ricky Hatton or Rigondeaux did to Donaire, or Ward, in my opinion, did to Kovalev, that's different because it's psychological. It's not like Kovalev was fighting a bad fight in the first fight or the second fight, but he just wasn't equipped to beat Ward when Ward started making his adjustments. You know what I mean? Donaire, he was doing his best versus Rigondeaux, but it's different because Donaire was much bigger, and you're having severe problems with a much smaller Rigondeaux, and you try to front a Rigondeaux. You were saying, oh, no one wants to see the fight, and you're trying to push him off. Now it looks like damn, this is why you didn't want to fight Rigondeaux, because this is what he did to you. So yeah, taking a psychological ass whooping can be more damaging to some people. Yeah, I checked out Money Pal the 4th. He fought, I think, in Texas in September. It's on the Ringstar Promotions YouTube. Good stuff, man. I like how they're keeping him active. Shout out to the Powell family. Most underrated active boxer. I don't know who's the most, but there's a lot of people. Ward when he was fighting, Reagan now, and it's just because people try to find new inventive ways to hate as opposed to give credit. Just say you don't want to see your fighter challenged. Just say you don't want your fighter in there with Reagan now because there's a chance he can win. Don't do all that. He sucks. He's boring. He's a bitch. All that. That's the most disrespectful thing that they do. Is instead of speaking the truth, they'll actually say the exact opposite. They'll actually make it out like the fighter's trash. You know what I mean? Even guys, it's not even just a technique thing, like a technique thing, because Rigondeaux is very technical. Wilder's not super technical, but they do the same thing. Like, you're going overboard calling them bum squad and bitch squad and all this other stuff, but then he's calling out everybody, and you making excuses why they shouldn't fight him. Like I said, Eddie Hearn just did an interview. He said Anthony Joshua will knock out Wilder in 3. Let's see it. Why did you not make that fight then? That sounds like some easy work. Joshua will collect the easy belt. For unifications, you can usually make exceptions for your mandatories because you're fighting a big, massive unification bout, right? Which the Klitschko was coming off of Tyson Fury lost, and they were fighting for a vacant belt because Tyson Fury had coke in his system. But Wilder is an active champion. He's an active champion. So most sanctioning bodies, for the greater good, for a big fight, they will make an exception where, hey, Kubrat Pulev, he can wait, and he can get the winner of Wilder versus Joshua. So that's, you know what I mean, that's how the game is played, it's politics. If Eddie Hearn honestly believes AJ knocks out Wilder in 3, then why didn't you try to get an exemption, extension, to put Luis Ortiz and Kubrat Pulev on the back burner for unification? And if you do it and go through the proper channels, more often than not, the various sanctioning bodies will be like, that's cool, because we realize this is a big fight. You're going to sell 80,000 people in the UK or whatever. So I don't want to hear this guy's going to knock out this guy in 3 rounds, but then he's fighting Kubrat Pulev. You know what I'm saying? And I understand he's the mandatory. I understand how the game goes. But like I said, that mandatory shit is a farce when it comes to the particulars. I know how the game goes. And I know if it's a unification and a big fight. Because listen, you got to understand this. If it's a big fight, who wouldn't want to be involved in a big fight? Especially when it's the almighty dollar. That's why you see fights. Conor McGregor ain't no fucking permanent boxer. And Floyd Mayweather clearly told us in the build-up to Mayweather-McGregor, I'm retiring. I made a promise to my family and Al Heyman. This is it. And the WBC still came out with a fucking money belt with snakeskin and bedazzled jewelry and all this stuff for a fight that you know Conor's not going to stay in boxing. He has ties to the UFC. And even if he comes back, boxing is not his permanent home. And you know this is Floyd's last fight. They still made a belt because they get the publicity of being involved in the fight. Plus, they probably get sanctioning fees and shit like that. So, I mean, you think the IBF or WBA or whatever belts Joshua has, you don't think they'd be on board with Deontay Wilder and Joshua, knowing that they could be a part of a big, massive heavyweight fight. You think they're nope? Kubrat Pulev, man. Just like they were gonna let Joshua fight Klitschko in a rematch. Why? Klitschko got knocked the fuck out. I mean, I understand from a respect thing because he lent his name to the promotion, so out of respect, you want to give him the rematch clause or whatever. But he got knocked out. Period. Let's go, man. In my opinion, Pacquiao was on steroids. Do you believe in corruption in boxing? I mean, it just depends on what we're talking about. I'm sure there is corruption in a lot of things. The NBA, boxing. I believe there's a lot of business moves more than anything else, especially as I get deeper in the game and know more people and stuff because I get to hear about the bet. Man, I know so much stuff about this game. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna tell y'all who told me, but because that's not even really doesn't matter. But I believe in like no one's gonna know who told me based on what the information is. But to my understanding, from what I was told, unless the person was lying, which it didn't, it didn't sound like it. This was years ago when Terrence Crawford was with Top Rank. They said that Terrence Crawford wasn't like he wasn't. How do you explain that? He wasn't really getting paid like per diem and stuff like that, and he wasn't being treated like a superstar. You know what I'm saying? Like he was like in essence kind of struggling. But after he beat Bradis Prescott, after he beat Gamboa and started rising, then they started putting more energy into Crawford. But for a minute, he was like not being, you know what I'm saying? He was like kind of living kind of rough if you think about it. You know what I'm saying? And that's how the game goes. You don't have a big name, they're going to focus on their big names and shit like that. So Crawford wasn't, you know what I mean? He's like barely skating by, living with people, like while he was trying to train and shit like that. Cold game. And then once he started, people got to see how good he was and how skilled he was. Then all of a sudden that switch. Now he's in Dubai. He just turned 30. You know what I mean? He's getting good paychecks, main eventing, stuff like that. But I don't know. The source that told me it's a fighter. And they know directly. So I don't think they were lying. And I mean, it sounds true because again, who was Crawford before Bradis Prescott? I knew who he was, but a lot of people didn't. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it is what it is. I'm not trying to put his business out there, but that's the past. The past is the past. He looks like he's doing well for himself. He's in Dubai now, but like I said, there's a lot more politics than you think. A lot of politics because to me, Crawford has always been a good fighter. Even when he was at 35, when he had the dreads and shit. Yeah, I mean, if you watch his amateur career, he beat Mikey Garcia, Danny Garcia, and all these dudes. You could tell he's special. So for me, um, you should have always been putting. But it's the same thing with Floyd Mayweather. To be honest, Top Rank. Listen, somebody add up Floyd Mayweather since he did Showtime. Add up how much fucking money he's made with Showtime. You feel me? Top Rank had Floyd. They had Floyd, and they just sat on a gold mine. And then he bought himself out of his contract. I heard under $1 million, like $700,000 to $1 million. Bought himself out, and he's been bubbling ever since. When he was on HBO by himself, fighting Kodos and shit, and then when he moved to Showtime. Same thing with Crawford. A lot of people are saying he's number one pound for pound, but they're not putting the in my opinion, the talent level of him. He could be like the next Mayweather, like in terms of, you know what I mean, work on little stuff with his image or whatever and get him out there more. You know what I mean? You could really do something. He could be a champion for years to come. I mean, because what if he beats a top welterweight? You know what I'm saying? What if he beats Errol Spence, which I think is probably his toughest fight at welterweight? But what if he beats Keith Thurman? You know what I mean? He's better off jumping on the bandwagon now. But you know what I mean? People like they're promoting all the like certain people, a lot of Eastern European fighters or like Triple G, which is cool, promote them too. But you sitting on a gold mine right now with Crawford skillfully. Even when look at Top Rank when they had Rigondeaux, you sitting on a fucking gold mine. Because what if, hypothetically, December 9th, what if Rigondeaux moves up 2 divisions? Just what if, and he beats Lomachenko, and now he's over with Rock Nation, and he gets to reap the benefits with them, and Top Rank just kind of discarded him and bashed him while he was on their network. It's not really a good look. Now, the best case for Top Rank is if Lomachenko wins, obviously. So, new media, man, we got to get back to the point where we praise skills, and good fighters. Because, like, I think I was talking to Dante about this, and if a lot of people bet their actual money, like put up all the money that you have for your rent this month on whose career is going to pan out and have longevity, I guarantee you, people, when there's that much at stake, they wouldn't be leaving the comments like they do, just like we do with the hot seat. You guys get what I'm saying? Like, they say Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez is #1 pound for pound. Put your whole life savings on Roman Chocolatito over Crawford or over Rigondeaux, as far as who's going to go the longest without getting beat. And most people probably wouldn't put their money up like that. I wouldn't. But those same people were trying to force feed us and saying that Chocolatito was #1. But the only thing they're risking is their credibility. They're not putting major wagers down that Chocolatito is more. They're just trying to force you and brainwash you into believing Chocolatito is #1 because he moved up 4 divisions and they're looking at his accolades and stuff like that. But like I said, in those small weights, 3 pounds is a move up. Terrence Crawford's moving up big boy weight. If he moves from 40 to 47, that's 7 pounds. That's double what Chocolatito just recently had to move up, and he got knocked out within 3 fights at that weight. You know what I'm saying? And he took another loss within that. So it's just like people want to leave these comments, but pay like you weigh. That's why we hot seat people, to expose that bullshit. Like I said, I'm asking who's putting on better. People say PBC's dead, Showtime's dead, and Al Heyman sucks. Put money up. Put some money up to argue your point that Golden Boy, Top Rank, or whoever else consistently puts on better undercards than Showtime, and argue that point. But they're not willing to do that. They're just willing to say this shit, and there's no basis behind it. Because we know that Top Rank and Golden Boy, their undercards, some are better than others, but it ain't fucking with what PBC is doing on undercards. So how can you complain at Sean Porter Granados? How? How can you complain on that fight, but you're cool with Canelo Triple G undercard? Ego, why don't American boxers fight in big stadiums? Probably because America's a big melting pot, and there's a lot going on. There's like a racial and social divides and different shit like that. So a lot of the American champs don't get praise from American citizens. Versus you go to other countries, I'm not saying everybody in the Philippines fucking likes Pacquiao, but I find more people in the Philippines would probably be rooting for his success and wanting to see him do well than would be the other case. You're always going to have haters and shit, but more people, because they don't have that many people that broke out from the Philippines on a main stage, you know what I mean, that came from the bottom like Pacquiao, that's at the highest of levels. Like my mom knows who the fuck Manny Pacquiao is. So, you know what I mean, she's not going to know Nonito Donaire or somebody else who's small, Michael Farinas or something. You know what I'm saying? She's not going to know them people. She knows Pacquiao, though. So, it's just different. And then in certain places like the UK, I don't think they have the same issues of racism. I used to live in the UK. You know what I mean? And they don't have the same issues. Like, you see Joshua, that's why he's able to sell out 50, 70,000. Kell Brook, people aren't calling Kell Brook the fucking bum squad or, you know what I mean, special bum and all that. The people who are doing that, a lot of them are probably from the UK. I mean, real shit, there's some dudes from the UK that, to me, they're trash. Fucking trash. But people be like, oh, Liam. You know what I mean? They be chanting and all that shit for them. So much respect to that. So it's just different in different areas. You go to Mexico, people, you might not like Erik Morales and you might like Marco Antonio Barrera, but you're not hating on every fucking person from Mexico when you're from Mexico. You might like Julio Cesar Chavez or Salvador Sanchez. You're not hating on every fucking Mexican that came out of Mexico. But in America, some of these guys who are American never left the block, never lived anywhere else, hate American champions. Go out of their way to tell you how shitty Deontay Wilder is. You know what I mean? But on 4th of July, they're the biggest fucking patriots out there. When it's election time, they're supposed to be the biggest patriots, but they don't like one American champ. They hate Floyd, he's a woman beater. They hate Ward, even though he's not a woman beater. He just took his wife on a date, you know what I'm saying? And got this little decked out lift ride and shit. So he's not, Ward doesn't even act like Floyd. You still hate him. You hate Bradley and was leaving death threats when he beat Pacquiao. Hello, Bradley. Fuck you and Monica. You guys are dead, man. You want to fucking beat Pacquiao, huh? You think you fucking won that fight? I know where your kids go to school, motherfucker. Your boyfriend, Steve. You know what I mean? On some scream shit. Prank calling. How the fuck how do y'all even get, like, I don't even have all these boxers' numbers. How the fuck you getting Bradley's numbers and leave him death threat? Hey, you bald son of a bitch. We're going to turn your backyard to Desert Storm, motherfucker. You think you can beat Pacquiao? Like, what? Eminem in the wash. Eminem was tripping. He was like, hi. Hope you're having a good day. Because the rest of your day is going to be fucked. Y'all prank calling Bradley because he won. Like, that's doing too much. But that's that internet bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers say you're going to knock me out and kill me and jump me. I'm a vlogger. What? I mean, I don't go around looking for issue, but what are you talking about? You gonna kill me because we disagree on a fight prediction? I mean, a basketball player he misses the game-winning three. You fucking bitch, you missed. Yeah, but you missed your diploma. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's the thing with this internet shit. It's easy to look at someone who's already doing it and moving and under the microscope because they're known and just talk shit about them. But let's talk shit about your life. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, Floyd, he beats his chick. You beat your chick too, just no one knows about it. You got a DUI and, you know what I mean, can't drive. Except when you're going to and fro from work and you got to get a court order. But we can't blast that because nobody knows you. Let's talk about your life. You know what I mean? Oh, y'all, Ego, you was in a basic-ass hotel. But you was in no hotel. You wasn't in no fight. You wasn't traveling. You're not doing, you know what I'm saying? So it's easy to look at someone else and critique their shit. And a lot of y'all be hypocrites. Oh, Kanye's fat as fuck. You fat as fuck. So y'all both some fat Yeezus looking motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Look how fat Kanye got. But Kanye got fat people money. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got a model looking chick or whatever, whether you like her or not. This internet shit's weird to me. You're like, fucking Wilder's a bum. He's a bitch. You fight him then. And let me know when you're going to fight him so I can watch it. It's shit crazy. But this is what y'all like to do on the internet. Y'all try to, Wilder's a fucking weak bitch. Okay, you fight him so I can see how weak he is. And I guarantee you, like, there's an old school movie called Killer Clowns from Outer Space, and the clown knocked the dude's head off and it flew into the trash can. You fight Wilder, and that's what's going to happen to you. Your whole shit's coming off. He's going to annihilate you and then piss in the trash can. But that's what y'all like on the internet. You know what I'm saying? You guys enjoy that. Ego's room is basic. He's a bitch. All right. What else? You know what I mean? I will never forget when I was criticizing Canelo fighting Khan and Smith, Liam Smith around that time. They were like, so a dude really said this. He says, stop hating, Ego. You're just jealous because Canelo is cute and you're ugly as fuck. Like, what man would even say that? I never heard no shit like that until I got into boxing. You said I'm jealous of Canelo because he's cute and I'm ugly as fuck. So usually you're like, okay, I'm ugly as fuck. That's cool. Even though I don't have problems getting no females. But I'll use your logic. I'm ugly as fuck. But you just called Canelito, you called him cute. What? He's fucking weirdo, man. I'm about to get off the internet. I can't deal with this internet shit. Y'all weird. Oh, you like that ginger hair. You're jealous of that red hair. Redheads get teased. I'm not jealous of shit. I'm not jealous of no other dude. Oh, you're mad. You're just mad. Because Canelo's fucking fine. You're fucking ugly. You're fucking out of it. Like, what? Like, wow, you jocking another dude. That's pretty sus, man. You love the way Canelo's beard grows. You try to grow your beard. Like I had a beard before Canelo was even fucking born. What are you talking about? You jealous of this Canelo. And then they say I was hating on Canelo. Then I pick him to beat Triple G. And now y'all say I love Canelo. And I'm dick riding Canelo. And I'm obsessed with Canelo. You know what I'm saying? So, listen. I don't know the keys to success. It's a famous quote. I don't know the keys to success, but the keys to failure is trying to please every fucking body. And some of y'all are transgenders. You're Caitlins. So I'm not even worried about impressing y'all. Y'all do that other Bruce Jenner shit and be on the Wheaties box. That's cool, but I'm not trying to impress y'all. New media. I'm sick of this internet shit. Man, if I wasn't making money on the internet, I couldn't be on here as much, man. Straight up. Y'all some weirdo. Oh, you're jealous, Canelo. Like, it's just weird. I'm like over 6 feet. Canelo like 5'7". He got money, but I mean, why would I be jealous of another man? Like, what are you talking about? You wish you were born ready like my baby Canelo. Yeah. Every time I say something y'all don't like, I hate the person. And then if I say something that supports them doing good, that I love them, like, whatever, man. I already answered what question? Yeah, the Charlie Zealand off in Wilder. He had his gloves on backwards, too. He would have probably fucked him up worse. You're good, Ego. This is fun. Man, we here to entertain. 2017 is lit. Ego Army, Ego Mafia. We are the mob. We have fun with this shit. We roast you casual. You know what I mean? Just the same shit. I'm having a great year, though, man. I'm enjoying this. What, out of all the fights that are already announced, what is the one you guys looking for the most? Loma-Rigo. See, that's what I'm saying. Look at your boy Pepe. First of all, your name is Pepe, so you shouldn't even be talking to me because your name is Pepe. But second of all, that was a weird comment. See, you guys see what I'm talking about? He said, "Ego, you handsome, but your eyes are weird." What? Bro, your name is Pepe. That's all that needs to be said. You Pepe Le Pew. You stink. You a fucking skunk. Get out of the stream. I told you, the internet's full of weirdos, man. Y'all be tough. Floyd's a woman beater, but if I go to Megan's Law, your face is gonna be on there with holding a little sign. You on Megan's Law, you fucking bums. You have the audacity to talk about Floyd hitting his bitch and you hitting little kids. Like, you on Megan's Law. What? How can he see my eyes through glasses? Because he's a weirdo. He got X-ray vision. Can't super chat no more, boss. Okay. I see. That's what I'm saying. The internet's still weird. I'm still trying to figure it out. Like, I can't super chat. Why? I mean, why would you even tell me you can't super? I mean, that's cool. I'm not putting no gun in nobody's head making them super chat. I don't know. You guys just say weird. Your channel sucks, man. This fucking blows donkey dicks. I'm unsubscribing, man. Like, would you even tell? Why would you even warn me that you're gonna unsubscribe to me? Like, I don't get it. Like, let's say I go to a restaurant and I'm not getting no service. I don't be like, oh, this fucking place sucks. I'm out of here. I just leave. I mean, I'll be like, this shit look whack. I'm out. Shout out to Anthony Allen, $2 money dance. I get paid tomorrow, Ego. Well, I'll probably be in the air, so I don't know if I'll be able to live stream. I don't got an iPhone 8. I think I'm gonna get that iPhone X, man. I'm trying to spend $1,000 on my phone. This shit's getting crazy. Canelo and Triple G passed their VADA drug testing, which is great for boxing, because that would be even more controversy if they, you know, I mean, it was already controversial with the split draw, but imagine if one of them didn't fail. So clean sport, I like that. I don't know. The chat's about to end right now, man. I got shit to do. Yo, Ego, did you smash a celebrity chick before? Why y'all care? You don't have the experience. Hats, man. We got to work on it, man. I got a lot of new stuff coming. No, Venmo coming soon. I haven't done that yet. I don't know how to. See, I got a lot of stuff to do. I'm about to get out of here, man. It's been real. Let's do one final roll call like I like at the beginning and the end. Let me know where y'all from. We got 145 likes. We just been freestyling this one. Where y'all at? Where y'all from? Yo, NYC, Atlanta, Georgia. Welcome to Atlanta, jacking hammers and Vogues. Back to the macking and jacking the clothes. Adolescent packing them. Downey, Texas, Dallas, South Carolina, Austin, Birmingham, Detroit. Ego, those guys like you but low-key hate you. So sorry for you. Detroit, Downey, Vegas, Memphis, Newport Beach, Luda. Ego, man, y'all see the hat, man. We working. We got the boxing Ego on the side, you know what I mean? Nasty Natty, Milwaukee, Milwaukee, New York. Yeah, but I'm gonna try to get out to New York at least for one of them fights in November or December. Goddamn, we getting some good fight, man. Let me know your thoughts. I'm out of here.